Let me show you the difference between planning your macros and tracking your macros, and why it's so important if you want to achieve your fitness goals. This is the next video in my series of how to know macros without losing your mind. And throughout this series, I've been using these toy blocks to visually show you all the things to do with macros, because that's what macros are. They are the building blocks of your food. We have red for protein, so think of meat. White and green for carbs, think of starchy carbs. And then green represents vegetables, fruits. And then yellow is fat, think of butter. So let me show you planning your macros versus tracking using these blocks. First, I'm gonna ask you a question though. How many of you, when you set out to finally do macros and you track as the day goes along, and then you get to 6, 7 p.m. at night, you still have 80 grams of protein to eat and you've already gone over your fat by like 30 grams. That's tracking. It is hoping and wishing without any kind of system that you're going to hit your macros. It doesn't magically happen. The people that are successful with macros over long periods of time plan in advance, and you don't have to do it for a week at a time. A lot of really successful people do it just the next day, or they'll do 3 days at a time. Me, I'm a super data nerd, so I do 1 week at a time, but I also eat a lot of the same foods because that's what I like. Imagine that these are the macros that you're supposed to eat in a day. Okay, see it? There you go. So you wake up in the morning, you eat maybe a little bit of carb or protein, a little bit of fat, get some starchy carb, okay, great. You know, mid-morning you get a bit hungry, maybe have a little snack. Lunch comes along and you're gonna have some of this. Maybe you're having this because you're gonna have a salad. And then you get home for dinner, you've tracked this, and you look at how much you have left of each of your macros. Well, you've way under eaten on protein. You still got this left. You overate on fat. You got some carbs left. If you get it right, this is generally what it kind of looks like. A little bit disorganized. You hoped and wished that you got there. Maybe you got there in the end, but it really didn't feel like it had flow. It had a ton of friction. Now let me show you planning. So either the night before or the week before or 3 days before, you go into MacroPath, because MacroPath is a planner, not a tracker. You choose that you want to eat 4 meals. It plans them out for you, and you go into your day with this in mind. You already know what you're going to eat. So visual, this is what you're supposed to eat. This is what you've planned. The day happens, you get up, breakfast, maybe pre-workout, next meal, lunch, dinner. Nailed it. It's a day without macro friction. There is no wondering if you're going to hit all your macros. You just go into MacroPath, select up to 7 days, select the number of meals you want to eat per day. There you go. No more guessing. You're welcome.